Good afternoon and welcome to the 2020 Outstanding Women in Business Awards. I'm Peter Stanton, publisher and CEO of the Worcester Business Journal. It is great to have you with us for what promises to be a fun celebration of 7 remarkable women. This event is typically held at the historic Tuckerman Hall, the former Worcester Women's Club, where there's a lot of great networking and a fancy lunch. But over the summer, we had hoped that the virus would be under control and that live events would be able to happen by now. But here we are celebrating our honorees online. We know it's not the same as in person, but I think you'll find the program both engaging and inspirational. So sit back and enjoy the show, and feel free to send a virtual congratulations by sending a message in the chat box or the comments section. Thank you for helping us recognize the achievements of this remarkable group of women. Worcester Business Journal's awards events are only possible when we were able to team up with our sponsors and community partners. So I'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, Nichols College, our corporate sponsor, Southbridge Credit Union, and our supporting sponsors, Marsh & McLennan Agency and the Women's Initiative of the United Way of Central Mass. Thank you all for your continued support of this program and your deep commitment to our business community. Special thanks also goes to our AV partner, Revelation, for their support and technical expertise in producing today's awards event. Now, on behalf of our presenting sponsor, please welcome Dr. Susan West Enkelmeyer, the president of Nichols College.
On behalf of Nichols College, congratulations to the amazing women who are being honored today. I want to acknowledge Mr. Peter Stanton, publisher of the Worcester Business Journal, for always hosting powerful events that recognize and celebrate leadership in Central Massachusetts, and in particular for adapting this year's event in ways that still truly honor you within the confines of the pandemic. Nichols believes in investing in leadership. Our mission is to transform today's students into tomorrow's leaders. For adult learners, Nichols offers bachelor's degrees and 4 graduate degrees, an MBA, a Master of Science in Organizational Leadership, a Master of Science in Accounting, and a Master of Science in Counterterrorism. All of these programs include required leadership and professional development courses. I'm very proud to report that our MS in Accounting has an enrollment of 63% women, and our joint MBA, MS in Organizational Leadership degree has 65% women. For our 4+1 students who flow directly from undergraduate to graduate, the MS in Accounting and the MS in Counterterrorism are 75% women. I love those numbers. In the last few years, we've put a particular focus on developing our women students through special programming with the Institute for Women's Leadership. And that includes things like negotiation workshops and trips to New York City to meet and network with female executives. The Institute is also part of our annual Empowering Women in Business Conference, which will be held virtually this year on Thursday, December 10th. I hope you'll join us. In 2019, the Institute released its 3rd biennial Massachusetts Women's Leadership Index. An aggregate score of 40 out of 100, a failing score with little movement since 2015, shows we still have so much work to do to approach gender leadership parity. The record number of women elected to the U.S. Congress in 2018 and again in 2020 are encouraging signs that leadership gaps will continue to close. Mia Hamm once said, "Celebrate what you've accomplished, but raise the bar a little higher each time you succeed." You, the 2020 Outstanding Women in Business, exemplify that concept with your remarkable achievements. And all of you kept raising those bars and succeeding in new and challenging roles. Congratulations on your amazing professional accomplishments, your commitment to the community and helping others, and the inspiration you draw from your friends and families. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan, for your continued partnership and for all that Nichols does to support and encourage all of its students who add so much to our regional business community, but in particular, the women you inspire to be leaders. Now I'd like to hand things off to WBJ's editor, Brad Kane, who will tell us a little about the awards and get us started with the presentations. Brad, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Peter. And good afternoon, everyone. Now in its 12th year, WBJ's Outstanding Women in Business Awards is always a very competitive process where we regularly receive 40 to 50 quality nominations for a few select spots. I'd like to give a quick shout out of appreciation to this year's judges who went through all those nominations. Arpa Gonzalez, Medicare Sales and Compliance and Agent Oversight Manager for Fallon Health. Brandale Randolph, founder and CEO of the 1854 Cycling Company. And Rita Kapur, Vice President of Operations at ATEC Turbine Components and an alumna of the Outstanding Women in Business Awards from 2019. All 7 of this year's winners have an amazing story to tell, joining the 66 other alumnae of this award in creating a rich tapestry of female empowerment and accomplishment in the Central Mass business community. Now, let's begin the presentations. To present the first award, I'd like to introduce Michelle Anderson, who is a member of the Board of Directors for Southbridge Credit Union.
Thank you, Brad. As one of a small number of top female executives in the banking industry in central Massachusetts, Kate Alexander has served as the president and CEO of the Southbridge Credit Union since 2017. Kate has worked with or in small businesses for most of her career, and she leads the credit union with a strong focus on community involvement, as well as connecting with and supporting customers. Under her leadership, the credit union has grown from $181 million in assets to $202 million and has added more than 1,000 new customers. Kate has not only transformed the organization's culture, but also bolstered its financial performance and has plans for much more. Community service is a part of Kate's day-to-day work life. She has been a longtime Tantascwa School Board Committee member and has been the chair of the committee for about 8 years. She also takes on a number of school-related volunteer opportunities, including several coaching assignments. Kate does all this while also raising 4 children in Sturbridge. Congratulations, Kate. It is my pleasure to recognize you as one of Worcester Business Journal's 2020 Outstanding Women in Business. Now let's hear what others have to say about Kate and from Kate herself.
Kate has honestly been a phenomenal boss, mentor, and friend. She is the type of person that ever since she started with us, she was so dedicated to her team and her community.
Kate has been a great leader. She has a tremendous business sense. She has a tremendous personnel sense and a tremendous marketing sense. And she really makes everyone comfortable in their role. So she has done all the things that really empower a great leader for the credit union, for its members, and for the staff here.
Every leader should have a huge dose of humility. I've never considered it a sign of weakness when I don't know something or when I need help with something. So just admitting and admitting when you need help and being humble about who you are and what your skills are. I think that having that ability to ask for questions and support where you need it is what every leader needs to move forward. And it sets a really good example for others that says, hey, it's okay to make a mistake and ask for some help and support in something.
She's not your typical CEO, not the one that sits in your corner of the office and just looks at paperwork. Kate comes down in the trenches in her front line. She knows her tellers, she knows her people, and she knows their families, and she knows her community. Kate gets involved in everything. She wants to be us. She's not above anybody else. Kate is Kate.
Thank you very much for this Outstanding Women in Business Award. I would be remiss if I didn't thank all of the people that I work with at Southbridge Credit Union because, quite honestly, they just make me look really good because they're phenomenal people. I'm also so blessed with great family and great friends. Busy working mom of 4, involved in a lot of different things in the community, and we don't do that by ourselves. Women don't do that by themselves. I'm so thankful for my tribe, my people, my friends and family members that are so supportive, and especially my kids that really inspire me to be a good human being every day.
Thank you, Michelle, and congratulations, Kate. Now to present the next award is Carrie Melly, who is chair of the Women's Initiative of the United Way of Central Massachusetts.
Thank you, Brad. Liz Hamilton became inspired by the work of the Boys and Girls Club while doing project work as a consultant on their capital campaign. 3 years after that, in 2006, armed with a drive to make a difference in the lives of children and families, she joined the club's staff. And in 2015, she was named the club's first female executive director in its then 126-year history. Liz has been with the organization long enough to see many of the nonprofit's clients grow up and start their own lives as adults. Her focus on the organization's mission and strong fundraising ability make her the perfect combination for a nonprofit leader. Liz has a propensity for recognizing fruitful partnerships while also keeping a sharp eye on her organization's daily operations. She's a collaborative and community-driven leader who consistently reaches out to colleagues across the region's nonprofit sector, always willing to partner and build a stronger system of support for Worcester's children and their families. During the initial stages of the COVID-19 pandemic, Liz was tireless, advocating for her agency to stay open in order to meet their mission. Within 24 hours, she mobilized to become certified as an exempt emergency childcare provider, and she established a free grab-and-go lunch program for all children and their families in need at all 3 of their sites, regardless of membership status. Liz also lends her time and talent to the community. She currently volunteers on the board of Maine South CDC and also serves on the board at One Worcester. As a co-chair of Youth Connect Worcester, a unique collaboration of youth-serving agencies, Liz has helped to coordinate services at a heightened level. A true champion for children and the Worcester community, it is my pleasure to recognize Liz Hamilton as a Worcester Business Journal 2020 Outstanding Woman in Business. Now let's hear what others have to say about Liz and a few thoughts from Liz herself.
Hi Liz, in the 10 years that I've known you, the kids have always been #1 to you. Whether it's through Youth Connect or the Boys and Girls Club, you've always been very clear on what's important. And I love that about you.
I've learned a lot from Liz in the time that I've known her. However, I will say one lesson that kind of stands out to me the most is leadership. I think that she has taught me how important it is that when you're in a position of power or a position of having a voice and being a leader, that she can really change the cycle. She can change the system, and that's inspiring to be able to look at.
My advice I would have to a young woman or anyone who's wanting to make a difference in their community is to really get in there and get down and dirty and learn about your community. Find ways where you can make a difference. I talk a lot about how you don't want to chase a title. You want to chase doing really good work and making a difference. And I think when you are able to do that, that's when people start recognizing you as a leader and giving you more opportunities. So I think it's making sure that you're indispensable because you've done your homework and that you really have worked hard to get to know your community.
Liz, it is such a blessing to be able to celebrate you because I think you definitely deserve this honor, especially in a time like now. You have given so much, not just to our club, not just to our members, not just to our families, but to those around you, those that you supervise and those that work with you, those in the community, and everyone that comes in your path.
This recognition means a great deal to me. Shout out to my great female mentors who also happened to nominate me for this award. My family, they're my rock. I love them so much, and I know none of this is possible without their love.
Carrie, thank you again, and one more time, congratulations to Liz. And now I'd like to bring back up Dr. Susan West Engelmeyer, president of Nichols College, to present the next award.
Thank you, Brad. Susan Calk joined the pharmaceutical company Synovian in Marlborough in 2015, and today serves as one of the firm's senior vice presidents and its chief quality and technical operations officer. She brings deep experience and a detail-oriented approach to leading a department that spans the arc of a drug's development. Susan oversees all aspects of quality assurance across the product life cycle, from early preclinical work all the way through commercial scale-up and launch. Susan has helped develop Synovian's Leadership Essentials program, a mentorship program for employees who aspire to leadership roles. Working in a very male-centric environment when she first started, Susan has been able to rise to Synovian's upper ranks, and her male colleagues aren't shy about making it clear what a role model she's become in the organization. A career-defining priority for Susan is her commitment to helping advance women and young girls who are pursuing STEM careers. And so it's no surprise that her 2 daughters are also in the industry. It's a long way from a young girl growing up in South Africa with a passion for science and dreams of a career where opportunities would abound, when those opportunities in her native country weren't plentiful. Susan's positive influence and mentorship activities extend into other organizations as well. She is an active member of Women in Bio and Healthcare Business Women's Association, 2 industry advocacy groups. She's also led the way as an executive sponsor of Synovian's annual hands-on community service program, volunteering for local organizations including the Marlborough Housing Authority, Milford Youth Center, and Girls Inc. Susan always says yes to all opportunities to speak to women or girls, living the values of Synovian each and every day. For her professional accomplishments and her deep commitment to helping younger women achieve their potential, it is my pleasure to recognize Susan Calk as one of Worcester Business Journal's 2020 Outstanding Women in Business. Now let's hear what others have to say about Susan and from Susan herself.
I think Susan's greatest strength as a leader is her ability to be decisive. One of the other things I appreciate very much is how much time she takes to celebrate success and recognize individuals' contributions and team contributions.
One of the things I really enjoy is now developing and mentoring other leaders, particularly other women in leadership roles. And that is, something that I get a lot of satisfaction, but also value from as well. And it develops me as a leader at the same time.
Susan is a role model for many women at Synovian. Susan always makes a point of expressing appreciation for the efforts of those around her, making everyone feel valued.
Everything you say and do doesn't have to be extraordinary all the time. I think women hold themselves to this higher standard that everything has to be perfect, and it really doesn't. So, back away from the perfection and the high bar. It's okay to make mistakes. Do some of the things that were helpful for me, learn as much as you can, as quickly as you can. But I think most importantly, be true to yourself, be who you are, be your authentic self. Don't try to be somebody that, you think that the company or somebody else wants you to be.
We want to congratulate her on winning this award and wish her all the best.
Thank you so much to WBJ for even having this award for Outstanding Woman in Business and bringing, visibility and recognition to those of us who have been successful in our careers and in this community. It's just so important that we have people doing this. I'm so honored to have, been part of this. It's going to be something that I cherish for a very long time. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Susan. And congratulations one more time to Susan Calk from Synovian Pharmaceuticals. Our next honoree is Karen Branscombe. Karen Branscombe founded the Worcester office of Quaker Special Risk in 1981, at a time when it was quite rare for a woman to be responsible for management and operations of an insurance brokerage firm. And she's built a strong organization that helps insurance agencies and brokers develop specialized plans for their clients for over 40 of those years. The agency works as an intermediary of sorts between insurers across a range of industries, from health and automotive to business and casualty, to find coverage if a major firm won't provide it because of the high risk. A 45-employee office with about 3,000 clients across New England, the agency was recently sold, and Karen has now settled into a slightly less intense role as chairwoman. Slightly less. Karen's success is due in no small part to her intelligence, thoroughness, and drive. All of those qualities, plus her work ethic, have kept the business alive and growing. A Worcester resident, Karen actually grew up in Germany and came to the United States after college. She has made time to serve in areas of passion for her, including as a trustee at the Worcester Art Museum and on the Worcester Country Club Board, where in 2019 she was named the club's first female president in its 100-year history. As a champion of the development and growth of others around her, Karen has also worked to mentor both men and women and to make it a priority to value employees, remembering how she felt as an employee earlier in her career. For her entrepreneurial success and passion for the work that she does, it is my pleasure to recognize Karen Branscombe as a 2020 Outstanding Women in Business. Now let's hear what a few others have to say about Karen, as well as from Karen herself.
Karen is a great and decisive leader and a no-nonsense leader. This is evidenced by the growth of her Worcester-based company, Quaker Special Risk, which is nationally recognized.
The reason for my success, I believe, is that I never shied away from working hard, but I'm particularly fond of having developed several young ladies into senior staff members, senior members of the staff, decision makers, and they in turn now doing that to their younger staff. So I can just see the generation that has now evolved, what some of these young ladies can do in turn for themselves, and also the contribution they make corporately.
She has been a mentor to me and truly has afforded me unbelievable opportunities to further my career in the insurance industry.
Karin, ich möchte dir ganz herzlich gratulieren. In English translation, that means I would like to congratulate you from the bottom of my heart on your well-deserved Worcester Business Journal's Outstanding Women in Business Award.
Hi Karen, congratulations on being recognized by the Worcester Business Journal as Most Outstanding Woman in Business this year. You are so deserving of this award and I am so proud of you.
I would like to thank certainly Worcester Business Journal for having the vision and the idea to recognize outstanding leaders in the community. So thank you, Journal. Thank you very much. I would also like to thank staff members, family members, friends in the community. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. I am extremely flattered that people would think of me in that fashion and nominate me.
Congratulations, Karen. Our next honoree is Sheila King-Godwin. Senior Vice President and Chief Retail Banking Officer at Fidelity Bank in Leominster, Sheila King-Godwin went into college originally thinking she wanted to be an attorney. She never envisioned a career in banking until she went into management training role at a bank after college, where she quickly realized the appeal of leading people and working to help clients reach their financial goals. In her role as Chief Retail Banking Officer at Fidelity, Sheila oversees all 14 bank branches, the customer call center, and the investment team. In her first year with Fidelity in 2019, the bank was $24 million ahead of budget on deposits and completed a successful merger with Family Federal Savings. For someone who got into banking as a people person, the pandemic has uprooted many of the ways we all do business, but also solidified to her the importance of relationships. Sheila played an instrumental role in helping Fidelity Bank and its clients successfully navigate the federal payroll protection program, as well as many in the bank worked 7 days a week to process more than 400 loans that helped keep many small businesses afloat during the initial phase of the coronavirus pandemic. Having seen the role of women in banking evolve over her 3 decades in the industry, Sheila is bringing better equality to the industry too, helping Fidelity be a more inclusive employer and a community partner by leading its diversity and inclusion initiative. Active in the local community with United Way's Women's Initiative and Yes We Care, Sheila also serves on the board of the YWCA Central Massachusetts and on an advisory board for Entrepreneurship for All. For her passion and devotion toward her career and her clients, it is my pleasure to recognize Sheila King-Godwin as a Worcester Business Journal 2020 Outstanding Women in Business. Now let's hear what a few others have to say about Sheila, as well as from Sheila herself.
So what makes Sheila an excellent leader? Well, if you take her positive energy and her personal touch, and then you combine it with her knowledge of our business and our industry, it's really a powerful combination.
Sheila is an outstanding leader because she cares. Sheila empowers others by fostering communication, and she values others' input. She ensures everyone feels they're contributing to our vision.
For me, what's led to my success is that I feel that I'm a good listener. You know, I like collaborating with colleagues. I enjoy brainstorming and listening to new ideas and looking at the data. To me, a diversity of opinions helps to make a more informed decision. For me, listening really is one of my keys to success.
What I've learned from Sheila is to always have a positive attitude. She's always smiling, always positive, and willing to roll up her sleeves and work very hard on behalf of her passion. And the YWCA, Eliminating Racism, Empowering Women, is one area where she has contributed in addition to her church and many other community organizations.
Sheila, congratulations on winning this award. This is a prestigious recognition for you as a leader in our community, and all of us at Fidelity Bank are so proud of you in this accomplishment. So congratulations and job well done.
I'd like to thank the Worcester Business Journal for selecting me as one of this year's Outstanding Women in Business. You know, I am deeply honored to be a part of the accomplished group of women recognized this year. I want to thank Christopher McCarthy and my Fidelity Bank family for your support and nomination. It is an honor to be a part of our team of such caring colleagues. And of course, I want to acknowledge my family whose support means the world to me.
Congratulations, Sheila. Now, before handing it back off to Peter Stanton to announce the remaining awards, I'd like to make a quick personal statement. As a father of 5 children, including 2 daughters, I've always found the Outstanding Women in Business Awards and the event to be very empowering, showcasing what people of all backgrounds and talents can accomplish. As a parent, you're always looking for examples for your children to follow, and year after year, all of the winners of this award, and this is especially true of this year's winners, provide wonderful examples for my daughters and my sons. So I'd like to thank all of you for who you are and what you stand for. My 9-year-old daughter, Brooke, who has already overcome a lot in life, would like to thank you personally as well. Brooke.
Thank you.
Say congratulations.
Congratulations.
Say thank you, Kate.
Thank you, Kate.
Say thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Say thank you, Sheila.
Thank you, Sheila.
Say thank you, Tamara.
Thank you, Tamara.
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Sammy.
And thank you, Valerie.
Thank you, Valerie.
High five. All right, Peter, it's all yours.
Our next honoree, Tamara Lundy. Having worked at Worcester's Community Health Link since 2014 and acting as the agency's interim CEO since last December, Tamara Lundy was awarded the permanent title of Chief Executive in August, making her the first Black leader of a UMass Memorial Healthcare division. Tamara assumed her new title with the pandemic in full swing, leaving her little time to reflect on her accomplishments. Tamara and her leadership team have led the agency's efforts to remake its services while continuing to keep clients safe from the spread of the virus. In addition, they were able to put additional support services for employees in place, such as food and housing assistance, financial aid grants, and mental health and spiritual care. Despite the pandemic, efforts have been focused on making it easier for clients to access services, including primary care and behavioral health. It's that attention to more effective delivery of those core levels of care that in part made Community Health Link's board know that Tamara was the right one for the job. Tamara's professional experience in leading diversity and inclusion initiatives came to bear this year, as well as her personal experience as a Black woman having to handle difficult conversations and situations. She has shared her experience to help the system develop some short-term strategies around diversity, including conducting an ongoing racial literacy training for the system's core leadership team. For her passion and tireless commitment to the work she does, I am pleased to recognize Tamara Lundy as WBJ's 2020 Outstanding Women in Business. Now let's hear what others have to say about Tamara and from Tamara herself.
Hi, Tamara. I'm here to congratulate you for your Outstanding Women in Business Award from the Worcester Business Journal. So excited for you and definitely excited for Community Health Link. I just believe that your way in terms of passion for results through empathetic leadership and guidance is just what Community Health Link needs and our community at large needs.
Every leader should really possess the characteristic of humility. As a leader, your job really is to inspire others to really be the best version and operate at the top of their credentials.
What are the lessons we can learn from Tamara? Again, there are many, but to me, she has taught us what it means to relentlessly pursue the care of our clients.
Other women that I've seen in leadership roles, oftentimes you might feel like you have to somehow be as hard or as competitive, and as say your male counterparts, you can be effective and be yourself. You have to then know how to do that within your own shoes. What are your own strengths? Don't be afraid to use your voice. You oftentimes have a perspective that no one else will have. And when you open up and speak, it can change the entire trajectory of where a particular policy or practice was going to go. I would like to thank first and foremost God, because I believe that He is really the reason why I'm here. I would like to next thank my husband, Anthony Lundy, who has been so tremendously supportive. I would like to thank my UMass Memorial Healthcare family and Community Health Link family. You guys are really the reason that I keep going and really showing up and pushing harder every day.
Congratulations, Tamara. Valerie Zelezzi Windham, an immigrant from Mexico who left her family to move to the United States. Valerie Zelezzi Windham showed an early independent streak. So when it came to taking the leap in leaving her position as managing attorney at Community Legal Aid to start a diversity, equity, and inclusion consultancy in 2017, she was apprehensive, but she took the leap. Valerie believes strongly in the power of working across sectors, and her diverse experience supports that approach. She has studied political science and French literature at Boston College, returned to Mexico for a stint in banking, came back to the US to work in distribution in Los Angeles, and then back to the classroom where she earned her law degree. Valerie is focused on growing Promoting Good, a consulting firm that supports state agencies, nonprofits, educational institutions, and corporations as they foster transformational change via inclusiveness and diversity and innovative solutions to revenue creation and mission fulfillment. Her impressive and growing client list includes UMass Memorial Healthcare, Worcester Art Museum, Fallon Health, and the Mass Department of Youth Services. And she's hired contract workers to help her handle the increased demand. Valerie also volunteers her time with organizations throughout Worcester County. She is the chairwoman of the board of directors at the Edward M. Kennedy Health Center, a trustee of the Worcester Art Museum, and formerly a trustee of the Worcester County Food Bank. In addition, Valerie is a mentor and confidant to women all over the Worcester region who are learning and growing as leaders in their own right. For her deep commitment to being a leader in so many ways, and for increasing diversity, equality, and inclusiveness in the Central Mass community, I am pleased to recognize Valerie Zelezzi Windham as a WBJ 2020 Outstanding Women in Business. Now let's hear what others have to say about Valerie and from Valerie herself.
I met Valerie about a year ago through an amazing mutual connection of ours. I was immediately impacted by Valerie's passion and commitment to the community. I thought, this woman is phenomenal.
Valerie empowered those around her by being generous with her time, her knowledge, and spaces she has entered. She will encourage you to enter spaces that you may never have dreamt was possible.
Valerie is one of the most thoughtful and thought-provoking people I know, working for change in the most subtle and impactful ways.
I believe every leader should possess humility and the ability to collaborate. I am able to build relationships with people, to really hear people and to help them to learn. And that's what has built my success.
Valerie has built a company around an issue that is of urgent importance: diversity, equity, and inclusion. Her approach is not solely based on communicating the problem, but on education and building mutual understanding.
To me, she was a legend. She was a fellow woman of color, someone who had started a medical legal partnership. She was leading discussions and addressing issues on diversity, equity, and inclusion, and structural racism, and leading anti-racism movements all over Massachusetts.
The advice that I give to young professionals, particularly women, is that you shouldn't do what is easy, but you should do what is right. That you need to lead from wherever you sit in an organization, and that you should never apologize for who you are, own who you are.
Congratulations, Valerie, on your Outstanding Women in Business Award. There is no one more deserving than you. I am so overjoyed that more people will get to see the fearless and inspirational leader that you are.
Well, I want to thank the Worcester Business Journal. I want to thank all of my colleagues who nominated me for this award. And I want to thank my team, my Promoting Good team, and my family who support me unconditionally.
Congratulations, Valerie. That wraps up our awards presentations. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us this afternoon. We hope you've enjoyed this special recognition of some remarkable women from right here in our own community. And hopefully next year we can all be together again to shake hands and hugs and toast everyone's accomplishments. Special thanks again to our presenting sponsor, Nichols College, and our corporate sponsor, Southbridge Credit Union, and our supporting sponsors, Marsh & McLennan Agency and the Women's Initiative of the United Way of Central Mass. And our AV partners, Revelation, for helping to produce this virtual event. And we're right here in their studios right now as this is recorded. And of course, let's close with a final congratulations to the 2020 Outstanding Women in Business Award honorees. Cheers to all of you, and thanks for joining us. Stay safe.